Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast. I'm your host, Mary. I'm your go to life coach and mindset mentor here to help you live your most authentic life. Start believing that you are freaking capable. Grow your capacity to do more, be more, have more, all of the things, as well as just start living your best damn life. I'm so excited. Today's episode is really going to help you learn how to feel happier more often. These are the things that I have used in my life and just things that I have been teaching my clients and have seen results not only in my life, but also other people's life. So I just want to share this because it truly is life-changing. If you're, stuck in the depression, or maybe you just kind of feeling anxious all the time and letting that settle in. But before I dig in and give you all the tips and tricks, I want to remind you that currently through the month of April, I have I have a giveaway, and I'm so excited about this giveaway. All you have to do is go rate and review the podcast, tell me how it's helped you, and then take a print screen of it and share it with me. So rate it, review it, tell me how it's helped you, take a print screen and share that with me on Instagram at Mindset with Mary. By the way, if we're not friends on Instagram, make sure we're friends. I would love to get to know you more there. Okay, back into the episode. So, one of the things that I have recognized in my life is that I struggled to be happy for so long. I would go through these really ups and be super, super happy, and then go through these periods of downtime where I was depressed for months on end, and I could never figure out how to be happy in those moments. And some of the things that have truly helped me is just learning how to manage my emotions and learning what to stay focused on. So the first thing that I've recognized in my clients and in myself that has helped me and my clients get results and be able to feel happier more often is just simply understanding the law of polarity. And all that is just understanding that everything has a polar opposite. Meaning that life is always 50-50. Meaning that 50% of your life is going to be good and happy, and 50% of your life is going to be bad and shitty. And I know that doesn't sound super empowering, but once you accept this and you allow yourself, because you are a human and you are meant to feel sadness, once you allow yourself to feel sad, you can fully allow yourself to feel happiness. The thing about life is 50-50 is you'll see this all the time. There's good, there's evil, there's happiness, there's sadness, there's abundance and there's lack, there's anxiety and depression, there's stuckness and flow, and there's hard and easy, and there's exhausted and energized. And all of these things that always and continuously and constantly have polar opposites. It is literally called the law of polarity because you can always find it. The second reason a lot of people have the struggle in just feeling happiness, and this was one of the things that I've really struggled with for so long, is that I placed most of my focus on the 50% of things that I didn't want, while also avoiding the negative emotions that came with focusing on those things. And I was constantly living in limbo. I wanted so badly to feel happy, and yet I never let myself fully feel sadness. And so I just stayed stuck in depression. And I kept saying, I got to focus on the positive things. But every time I tried to do that, I wasn't allowing myself to feel the sadness. And then vice versa, right? I'd start to get depressed and I'd be like, oh man, like all of the things. And I'd focus on all the things and reasonings that were making me feel depressed. And then I would have more of those emotions that came with the things that I was focusing on. And yet I would not let myself fully feel it. And so I was stuck in this limbo and never truly living and experiencing the life that I was meant to feel. So I know that doesn't sound super empowering, But when you are focusing on negative things and avoiding the emotions that come with it, you're always going to stay stuck in limbo. You're never going to fully move through it. So allowing yourself to feel sadness allows you to fully experience happiness. Because even in the happy moments of life, if you haven't experienced sadness because you keep putting it off, the happiness fully isn't fully there. And that's why you find yourself not being able to live in the present moment, especially if you have kids and you're like trying to be there and enjoy it and just play with them and do all the things, and you're like, I just can't because I can't focus. I can't. I found that when I allowed myself to feel sadness and express it and feel it, I could then be more present with my son. I could then be more present with my kids and my husband. And that was important because literally all four of them, my husband and my kids, and even my dog, they are all quality time people. They need your full attention to feel fully loved. And that changed things like no other in my life. Because once they're love tanks, and if you've ever read the book, The 5 Love Languages, you know what I'm talking about. If not, please go read that book. It is literally the greatest thing I've ever read. But once they felt loved, because I was giving them love in the way that they truly experienced and felt love, they then expressed it to me 10 times more. And then I felt love. And it literally changed my life. And so what I want you to understand is that you are struggling to feel happiness, then you have to be willing to feel sadness. And if that's something you struggle with and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so scared to do that, you're not alone. For so long, I felt that way. I was like, I just can't feel this. And even after years of therapy, I still avoided it. And what truly helped me understand that is simply the law of polarity. I have to experience that. And really moving into a more spiritual approach and allowing myself to feel my emotions, rewiring my thought process and my mindset, and regulating my nervous system, that's what helped. And so that's why I teach my clients that, because it helped me. And now I'm seeing it help them and transform their lives. I have one client who literally the other day, we just went through this. We were talking about, I asked her a question. I'm like, how come? Like, why are you avoiding that? And she tuned in and she's like, it really has a lot to do with enoughness and me never feeling like I'll ever be enough. And I asked her, like, have you ever allowed yourself to fully feel the not enoughness? And she's like, probably not. No, I avoid it. If you don't allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with that, you're never ever going to feel fully enough. That's the way life works. And so you have to be able to move through the hard so that you can feel the easy. And this is what I teach my clients in my program. And if you're curious about that, I would love to help you with that. I have a free coaching call that you can book. I'll leave the link in the show notes. Hey, that's all I have for you today. Just a quick overview. The reasons why you might be struggling to feel happy. 1, just really starting to fully understand the law of polarity. Everything has a polar opposite. Basically, life is 50-50. 50% of it is going to be good, and 50% of it's probably going to be bad. And while that doesn't seem super empowering, the more you allow yourself to experience the human experiences, even the bad, you will fully be able to feel the good experiences. And then the next reason is simply learning to place your focus on the 50% of life that is good versus focusing on the 50% of life that's bad. And that's not to say like you completely ignore the bad things. It's just that you allow the bad things to be a guiding point for you or showing you how to shift into what you want and being able to focus on that. And as you do that, you're going to be able to feel the negative emotions. You're going to build that emotional resilience. And instead of just focusing all the time on the negative and completely avoiding the negative emotions, you're going to be able to instead feel the negative emotions and allow yourself to move through them so that you can more often feel the ones that you want to feel, like happiness. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, I offer a free coaching call if that's something you're interested in. In this call, we look at where you are, where you're going, how to bridge that gap, and really create a compelling vision to make you feel motivated the second you leave that call. And then also another quick reminder, I have a giveaway going right now where all you have to do is go rate and review the podcast. Let me know how it's helped you. And then take a print screen of that and share it with me on Instagram so they know that you've done that. And then I'll enter you into the drawing. At the very 1st of May, I will announce those winners. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a beautiful day. Love you. Bye.